Selling author Daniel Silva. His new book, entitled The Order, is set in the Vatican around the death of a pope, with plot lines that include the rise of far-right populism and an upcoming global pandemic. You always do this, Daniel, with these amazing books. There are so many. They're all bestsellers. But you're drawing on the moment, this moment in history in many ways. When did you start writing this book?
I started working on the book last fall. It was inspired by the absolute hatred, the vitriol directed toward Pope Francis by the European far right. He is the boogeyman for them, and it sort of put, one piece together, started building the story from there. And as I was finishing the book, the coronavirus was starting. So the story is set largely in Italy on the eve of this terrible pandemic. My characters inhabit this, they're in Rome, in Venice, Florence, and so I was writing it really with a heavy heart for the Italian people. I spent a lot of time there, not knowing that within a few weeks later, we were going to have it, unfortunately, much worse with them. We didn't learn any lessons. We didn't lock down. We didn't do all the things that were necessary. And now they are coming out of it, and we in the United States here are still in the thick of it with no end in sight.
Hey, Dan, it's Willie. Great to see you. Congratulations on your soon-to-be next bestseller. So how do you weave in this pandemic? Obviously, by the time the pandemic hits, even in Italy, you've got your story in place. But you begin the book with a prophecy about a global pandemic. So how did you take what was happening in the news and plug that into the story you already had in your mind and probably down on the page? Well,
I write in the real world, sort of one step removed. Gabriel's universe is just a little different from the universe that we inhabit. And I had to make a decision. Is this going to be a cataclysmic event? Is this something that I should include in the book? And I ended up doing it. And it was sort of Gabriel making almost a biblical-like prophecy of a coming apocalypse, basically, and warning a character, a friend of his, about what might happen. And unfortunately, it turned out to be true. And one of the things that he talked about, warned about, would be the inability of populist leaders to deal with this. And if you look around the world right now, what you see is that technocratic leaders have fared very well in their handling of the coronavirus, and the populists have failed miserably, whether it is Great Britain, whether it is Brazil, or whether it is the United States. The distrust of science, the playing to the sort of lowest common denominator of the electorate. The three major populist governments have failed terribly, and technocratic governments, Germany. I mean, a couple of years ago, we were talking about Greece as almost a failed state. Well, they got rid of their populist government. They got some grown-ups in charge, and Greece just did an extraordinary job handling the coronavirus pandemic. The populists, not so much, as we say.
Mike Barnicle.
Daniel, first of all, there's an element of sadness in your appearance here today, because usually we're on set every year at this time. We get a book, you sign the book for us, and I reward my wife, one of your biggest fans, with your latest book. But here we are in the midst of this pandemic. But the Vatican is a source of endless stories having to do with whoever is Pope at a particular time. But this particular Pope, Pope Francis, you just alluded to it, is surrounded by internal controversy, much of it based in ideology, conservatives, liberals, aimed at Pope Francis. How much of that surprised you, and how much of it helped define the character of this book?
Well, my readers know that I've had a long-running sort of sub-series of Gabriel Allon thrillers that have been set in the Vatican, have dealt with internal church issues, corruption, the history of Jewish-Catholic relations. And he's had a wonderful partnership with my fictitious Pope, Pope Paul VII. And Pope Paul VII and Francis I, they have a little bit of a similarity. They are both opposed by internal doctrinaire, sort of reactionary hardliners, and they are both opposed by far-right politicians. And look, I've been endlessly fascinated by the Vatican. I love spending time there. I love writing about it. Look, you cannot overstate, the crisis in which the modern church is in, the moral crisis because of the sexual abuse scandal, the coming financial crisis. I'm told by Vatican insiders that the church is very, very close to bankruptcy. We've had archdioceses dioceses and orders in the United States declare bankruptcy, but the church itself is in real financial trouble, and so this papacy is interesting to watch, to say the least.
All right, the new book is The Order. Daniel Silva, always great to have you on the show. Say hi to Jamie. Come back soon. All right, quickly, final thoughts. We had some news when it comes to changing the name of Washington, D.C.'s football team. Gene Robinson?
Mm-hmm. Yes, the longtime racist name of Washington's football team is being changed. Finally, the owner, Dan Snyder, said it would never happen until his chief sponsor, FedEx, said, wrong, we're taking our name off the stadium if you don't change it. And lo and behold, it's being changed, and that's a good thing.
And you wrote all about it. You can find that in the Washington Post. That does it for us this morning. Stephanie Ruhle picks up the coverage right now.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.